You've seen his cooking skills and famous sauce on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now we get to see even more signature dishes in his very own cooking show, In the Kitchen with Harry Hamlin, a holiday special. Please welcome back to the show, Harry Hamlin.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, very exciting. All right, sir, you have been crowned king of the bolognese. I say that I spent a year abroad in Italy. After your sauce became a star, really, in The Real Housewives, I want to know, are you planning on gifting the sauce to people this Christmas? And can we get the recipe, or is it like a private
He can't
secret?
give away his recipe.
I'm just asking.
Well, the recipe is kind of secret.
Okay.
I am keeping that under wraps. It's not very complicated, but it's a little bit different from other recipes. And yes, I am. I have about 20 bottles in the freezer right now that I made up last week, and they're going out to, my close friends.
Oh, how
So.
cute.
Luckies.
Oh, best
In a little
holiday
mason
gift.
jar with like a bow?
Cute.
Harry?
I haven't figured out the bow part. I haven't had labels made, but I haven't figured out the bow part.
Sam's more into packaging.
Yeah, you should do the mason jar, your label with a cute bow, but a signature bow that's going to remind people of Harry Hamlin. Perhaps a plaid.
Nice.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Okay, well, thank you for the art direction. Great. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, well, Harry, I got to ask you, because you cook with your niece, but she's a classically trained chef. So I got to ask you, do you ever try and outdo her on dishes, or is it a little intimidating?
Are you kidding me? I don't know what I'm doing. And here's something that is kind of ironic. I have never seen a cooking show of any kind.
No way.
So cooking shows do not interest me in the least, and so I've never watched one. So I have no idea what they're supposed to look like. I have no idea, where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm just cooking the food. And I brought in my niece because AMC came to me and they asked me to do a cooking show, and I kind of go, what? Why me? And I guess it's because of the things you said. Actually, I think the wives of the executives had seen that on The Real Housewives, and so they went to the exec said, "You got to give him a cooking show." Oh, well, anyway, I said, "Well, look, the only way I'm going to consider doing this is I have one condition. I have to do it with my niece, who is a trained cordon bleu chef. She's an executive chef. She helped create the menu for Pret a Manger and Le Pain Quotidien. So she's bona fide." And
I'd say so.
If she's my wing person, I'll do it. And it was kind of Abbott and Costello in the kitchen.
Nice.
Harry, my love, you've had some pretty amazing guests on your show, from hosting a dinner for your wife, Lisa, to Kenny G.
Yes.
So tell us, what are your tips on being the ultimate dinner party host?
If I had those tips, I'd be probably a very wealthy man. I like to do simple stuff. I don't like to do anything too complicated. I like to have the food taste really good, like it all to come out warm at the same time. There's a lot of, a lot of things that go into throwing a dinner party for 4 to 6 people, which is kind of what this show is all about. You can make a real mess of everything, or you can come out, and be smooth, and you can spend a lot of time with your guests and not have to be running back and forth into the kitchen. And that's kind of what we're trying to present here. It's pretty simple.
I like that.
That's a great note.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of making a mess of things, when you're preparing large meals, do you like all hands on deck, like everybody in your business in the kitchen, or do you kick people out and like to handle it on your own?
I kick him out. So I'm definitely, I can't really delegate that well. With Renee in the kitchen this time, she was mainly delegating to me. But, and I was learning a lot from her. I mean, who knew? I didn't know how to chop something. Know how to, there I am trying to peel an onion.
Look at her.
Do that, Come on, I mean, look at that. I'm making a mess of that. So
you were her Sue in a way.
I like her judgment face. It's good. Okay, so LA Law is on Hulu now, but I hear you've never watched it until now. Why haven't you seen it, and what do you think of the series after watching some of it?
Okay, it's freaking incredible. I mean, I didn't watch it at the time because my wife happened to be on another show on another network at exactly the same time throughout my 5-year run on the show. Wow. So it was like we didn't have a VCR, and we would have had to have 2 VCRs, and they were just kind of getting started, and then I didn't know how to work them anyway. So we just went out to dinner on Thursday night, and so I never saw the show. So I'm up to episode 14 now, and it is, I mean, I am blown away by this.
Awesome.
And it's actually very contemporary. Like in the first episode, there's a whole story about a trans person working in the office.
Wow.
This is 1986.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
Ahead of its time.
I mean, that was my show, and that was my introduction into adulthood. Like the trunk shutting to start the show, the music kicked
yes.
in.
Right.
The glass doors.
Look, that was my show, bro. So yeah, shout out.
And like you said, ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, he said that.
Okay, and I repeated it.
And I repeated her.
But you pointed to her like.
All
Now I
right,
have
Harry,
the
thank you
theme
so
song
much.
stuck in my head.
Thank you for joining us, DBL Nation. Be sure to watch In the Kitchen with Harry Hamlin, a holiday special on AMC Plus and IFC December 13th. Thank you again, Harry. Great to see you. We'll be right back.
Appreciate you.
Bye, Harry.
Thank you.
Bye, Harry.